Let's see if this is working. Is it working? Oh, it worked. It worked. Is it working? I don't know. Screw it. Hit the intro. No. Mama. You want up here? All right, fine. I fixed it. I moved the mic above my head. Let me know if it sucks. I'll move it back, but I wanted Lunchy to be up here too, so she could come sit up here. She was upset that she could have sit up here. She was upset. She was a little upsetty spaghetti. That's all right. I'm not. Although I do need to fix something. Hold on a second. There we go. So, welcome back to another episode of the Best Worst Show. That's right. Best Worst Show on the internet. That's right. My name's Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And this is Griftcast IRL, the show where I talk about things on the internet and you shower with me with money so I can also too be a millionaire and an excellent grifter and stuff. Right? That's what the point of this shit is, right? No, actually, I'm just trying to get myself back into the grind of things, If you're going to do it every day, you got to fucking start. So that's 2 in a row, baby. We're getting 2 in a row. 2 in a row. We can do this. Hiya! It's pretty bad, but it's pretty good. What do you mean it's pretty bad? It's pretty good. What do you mean? It's cutting out? What's cutting out? Oh, well. Let me see if I got the noise reduction. Let me fix this a little bit. Beep. Me. Is it working? I don't know. I don't fucking care. I'm not moving it. I don't care. This new IRS guy says it's going to cut and get in and out. I'll be like, how's it doing that? I just turned off the gate. Fuck it. We don't need no gates. We don't need no gates. I mean, the only reason it's going to cut in and out is because it's here and I'm moving around. So, how is it? How is it now? Tell me. Tell me more about how much you don't like it. Give me the feedback. Or don't. You don't have to. Lunchy says that you don't need to. Do they need to give us feedback, Lunchy? No. I don't think that they do either. Are you okay? You got spicy eyes right now? Is that why you got the wet eyes, baby girl? Is that why you got the wet eyes, baby girl? What's going on? Oh, mid and low tones are restricted. What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. What if I just turn off all the little buttons? I'm just going to turn off the limiter and the esser and the popper. How about now? Still cutting in and out? Seems fine, says Mitch. See, yeah, I don't give a fuck. So anyways, Lunchy, where were we? Oh, that's right. You were just being my excellent puppy, and I was loving you. Woo! Anyways, we should do some shout-outs. I should probably move this down, actually. This is enough of that. There we go. Easier. But I should probably go turn all that shit back on. Beep, 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Is that better? That's what you want? You get what you want. There you go. You're welcome. Yeah, I know it's fine. I was just, demonstrating why I like this mic stand because I can move it around. But then now I can't just be looking at Lunchy. Oh, poor Lunchy, you're up here. What, you just want attention? You've been outside all day. It's time to do the show. We're doing the show. At least I'm not playing Star Citizen. Right? At least I'm not playing Star Citizen. I don't know why you gotta do this to me all the time, Lunchy. You're a good girl. She is a good girl. Lunchy, I don't even know how old she is. Old as fuck. How old are you now, Lunchy? What are you, like 7 or 8 now? No, you got to be like 5 or 6. Because I haven't been drinking for 7 years and 2 months. And I got you a couple of years after that. Although, sometimes you make me want to drink. Just kidding. Anyways, oh yeah, I was supposed to do shout outs. Hold up. My bad. Hold on. I'm supposed to be shouting some people out here in the chat. Give me a quick second. Let me pull that fucking shit back up. God damn, there's a lot of you today. We got Pingaling D. What's up? What's up, bitch Candiano? That guy's famous right there, dude. He was on that Wonderful show. You know what I'm talking about? What's his name? Theo Vaughn. He was on Theo Vaughn's show. You should check it out. Don't fucking miss that shit. It's fucking good. Anyways, we got Kelly is nice. Nice to see you. What's up, Christina? What's up, calling all my friends? How you doing, Yobi? We got that Blob Inc. individual up in here. He was wanted this one. He wanted to talk about Callergate and the abuse of Kaya, fucking Hasan Piker, that piece of shit. So this one's for you, but this one's for you, bud. Let's see, who else have I not shut out? John Demas. Audio is fine, thank you. What's going on to the new IRS? Hello, how are you doing? And then we got Father Time 57. How's it going? Some fool named Proximo. Como estás, mi amigo? How are you doing? We got Zero Infinity Live. Oh my God, it's that fuck. What's up, dude? And then, yeah, dude, we're just chilling out, dude. We're chilling out today. What are we going to talk about today? We try to be a little more focused. Trying to be a little more focused, a little bit. And then we're using the AI credits that we need to cancel because we need to start saving money or whatever. Gotta tighten up the ship. All that crap. But yeah, I have the best pupper. This is Lunchy right here. It's a little funny when she just sits here, but I don't really know. You know, why do you sit? Just lay down. Lay down. She doesn't know that one. She doesn't know. Lay down. She's like, I don't want to lay down, Daddy. I'm going to stand right here. You're just going to stay like that right there? You're not going to lay down? You want me to bring your bed up here or something? Would that be nice? I don't know. Do those little tiny winks mean yes or no? I can't tell. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. Oh, we got a new guy in there. Michael E. Who the hell is that? Michael E. Michael E. Hayden? Is that why you're asking about Hyde? Or is that Sam Hyde you're talking about? I'm not even sure. And then we got Mr. Gamer. Hello, Mr. Gamer. Welcome to Griftcast. And my thoughts on the Emaru TwitchCon assault. I guess we could talk about that because I did not talk about that yesterday, but that's pretty wild, dude. But I mean, you know, Twitch should be protecting its people, right? But I feel like if they've known it's been like this for a while and they haven't hired their own private security, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But we should expound upon that one because there's a lot more to the story there. And the game theory and everything tells me, Lunchy, you're stressing me out sitting right there. Can I just hold you like a baby? Like this? For a while. Anyways, so there is a lot to talk about today because it seems like Streamerland. I've been out of the streaming game for a little bit, and these rich ass motherfucking streamers with all their goddamn ducats are having some troubles, man. And I mean, it's weird to me to think that just a couple weeks ago, Hasan Piker finally decided that he was going to, I don't know, like really just cancel himself. I mean, that's just the best way you can put this whole situation. Wait, you don't want to lay down? You don't want to be my baby? You're not my baby? How are you supposed to be my baby if you're not in my arms like a baby? Anyways, okay. You can get back up there, but could be weird. Yeah, I know she wants my attention. She was like, how come you're not talking to me? You're talking to your computer again. God damn it. Women. Am I right? I don't understand them. Doesn't matter, though. Do you like this? I got my sweet baby Rays over here. Shout out to my other favorite billionaire that lives near me. What's up, Zuck? Me too, dude. I like that shit, too. See, I'm a regular-ass normal motherfucker. Put sweet baby Rays on my ribs, and I fucking water ski. Suck a dick. Anyways, so what are we going to do with all of this stuff? I mean, I would have expected all these big streamer guys to finally get shut down for being fucking degenerates by now. And I'm surprised that still to this day, Steven Bonnell, like Destiny, he's still going on like TV and shit. And like this dude was passed around CP straight up. And dude, now we got this thing with Hasan Piker. And I mean, just think about all the different stuff that they've tried to cancel Hasan the Hun for. Hasan Piker, good old nepotism boy. What's it called? Sake Uger is, I think, is his uncle. I mean, there's a lot of information out there about the guy, and I mean, his whole history is pretty fugazi, if you ask me. He definitely seems like an individual that has always kind of had a leg up, so to speak. A little help getting himself into the way. Right. And then, you know, he's always kept himself into the zeitgeist. He's been around for a really, really long time. And he's almost been uncancelable. And you got to think, man, it's like, this is not the type of guy that you would see getting canceled. I mean, over a dog. I mean, I know people love dogs. I love my dog. You know, my good old Lunchy. I don't put a collar on her. Do you see a collar over my dog ever? No. Hell no. I do have the little tag somewhere around here. But she don't need that shit. Everybody knows she mine. Don't be stealing my dog, motherfucker. Get out here. I think she might have a chip. I don't know. If she does, I didn't pay for it. Because I don't need that shit. Although my phone goes off all the time where it's like, there's an AirTag following you around anytime I'm using somebody else's keys. That's funny. There's an AirTag following you. Yeah, I know. I know it's following me. But fucking Hasan, dude, he's a dick. He's been a dick for a really long time. He's a handsome dick. I'll give him that. I don't look like Hasan. If I look like Hasan, I probably have a lot more people up in here, a lot more bitches. But then again, I don't see Hasan with bitches. That's the problem. And that was always kind of suspect a little bit. I'm guessing that he's got fine ass honeys all over his shit, but I don't know, you know, like for the most part, when I've been looking into this stuff, that never really comes up. So, you know, there's still a possibility he's gay. I mean, I don't know. It's like a quantum thing for me right now because I've never really looked it up or asked anybody. So it could be either way. I don't know. And it's a nice place to be, but you know, like reality might be different for you, but that's fine. That's why we do the shows, because we're trying to sync objects, right? We're trying to expand reciprocity or whatever the fuck that our old intro used to say. Oh my god, that show was some communist gobbledygook, and nobody ever called me out for it. That's how I know you weren't listening to it. Anyways, so what do we got here? Yeah, you've been watching me before the G-Web days? That's crazy, Father Time. And then we got what? Jordan Sather got his channel back, and he started talking about Cure. He's doing a live seminar. Wow. I mean, they said they're not going to give people their channels back. They already told me they were giving me mine back. Fucking bitches. But it's whatever. So I don't know. I've been looking into this thing because it's kind of old. I had the autonomous AI system. The fuck? I had the AI fix this up for me. Sorry, I put the camera at 4K so you can see me better. And it came up with the controversy, this whole list of defense and analysis of Collargate. The Collargate that's associated with good old Hasan the Hun and his dog Kaya, I guess it is, as it were. And if you saw the thumbnail on the stream today, you can see that it's definitely a reverse of that, trying to be funny. It was my favorite meme on the whole thing. So, you know, I don't know. But I guess to break down the chronological timeline of the events, the initial incident that everybody's been talking about happened on October 7th, where during a live stream, Hasan Piker's dog yelped after he appeared to reach for something off camera. The clip went viral, sparking accusations of him using a shock collar and everybody getting fucking pissed. So yeah, that's where this all started out. And I mean, it must have been big fucking news because they got the NYT and motherfucking New York Post both doing big ass stories about that. Although we're obviously not going to be paying for that shit, but initial controversy aside, good research by our AI, but initially everybody really started talking about this on the 8th, and you got to ask yourself when we're looking at game theory and stuff like that, it's like, you know, people have been trying to cancel Homeboy for a really long time, and you got to ask yourself, wow, isn't it weird that these are the places that are be the first ones to come up to the table? And I mean, it's been controversy after controversy with this guy, but this one kind of seems like a little bit lower of a level. I mean, I love my dog as much as the next guy, but like, you know, okay, I'd never use a shot collar on my dog, but like, what the fuck? This is where we're going with this? This is where we're going with this? So everybody's been talking about this image right here, where it basically shows that, you know, the dog looks like it's got one of them shock collars on it, or a GPS collar on it, or something like that. And people were starting to wonder that, you know, he's shocking his dog to make sure that the dog sits on that platform so that, you know, it's trained that it needs to be there. And that's it. That's weird because, you know, like Lunchy, she just fucking kicks it. She'll either kick it over here on the bed, or she'll get in my bed under the covers and just kick it. I'm not to tell her to do anything. She just does it on her own. She does it on her own. He bangs skanky porn stars. I want to bang skanky porn stars. Why can't I bang skanky porn stars? What's wrong with that? Sounds dope. So he ain't gay. Wait, are they gay porn stars? I don't know. Wow. Oh, we can use this for later too when we go back into the Emerald stuff. So where do we go with this thing? Okay, we know who Hasan is. I did some extensive research into things. I even looked up a bunch of really funny ass memes, because these are actually memes from Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms actually has their whole own investigation into this thing. But, you know, I figured that they had some bangers up in here. And like one of them is, this is the clip I believe in question. Oh, yeah. See, this is what actually happened, right? That's what actually happened. Dog got pissed. Dog went in, hit him in the face, shocked him with fucking lightning, and he went to the ground down. That's what happened. Okay, so I don't know why people are tripping, but it's whatever. Hadouken. What, Lunchy? There's somebody outside. You need to go pee-pee? What? Hold on. I have to punch somebody. Come on, Lunch. Out here? I don't want to leave you out here. It's cold. Thank you for barking, though. You need to go get these. You got the keys. Oh, my bad. Here I am back. Sorry. When she was alerting to something outside. And then I got the keys for the big truck tomorrow. Ooh, we're going to drive the big truck. Big truck. Big truck. Big truck. So anyways, yeah, there's probably a lot of really good memes about this guy. But he's been known as an internet locale for a while. So, you know, I popped over to the farms to go review a few things about this guy. I mean, everybody knows he's 29. He's a Twitch streamer, bro. He's affiliated with TYT or the Young Turks. And he's garnered his reputation on being an edgy brocalist? What the fuck is that? Brocalist? Progressive and a birdie bro? What the fuck is a progressive? What the fuck is a brocalist? People need to stop inventing fucking words. A self-described progressive socialist, and his career started when he began interning and later became a producer with his uncle's TYT program. That's the Young Turks, and his uncle is Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uygur, that guy that's been screaming about Israel and all that Democrat progressive shit for as long as I can remember. So, yeah, there's a little bit of nepotism. It's not the normal nepotism, right? Like he ain't a white kid coming up in the white life with the white money and the white family. Nah, dog, they're brown, dude. They had to fight for it. They had to get up there. Yeah, Cenk Uygur was basically 100% settled, and then he used that whole, I guess he just used his uncle's, like, whole thing so that he could boost his career. And, I mean, you can't say that he's got a shit career. I mean, I would describe it as a shit career, but he's still got a shit career that's worth lots of money. And I mean, he's still going on the news and having all these other things. But I mean, just to think that people have been following along with him, like this thread right here specifically was made July 22nd of 2021. And that's when the farms actually started, I guess, caring about this guy. Some dude named Hiram the Grift, man, assembled a whole entire archive of every little moment, and Cenk sitting down with this guy and them talking about stuff, them showing their old dog. He said, well, you know, some other stuff like, you know, this guy showing off his muscles after he got skinny, and basically a whole shebang of a bunch of other stuff that's out there. And he's been a guy that's had multiple dogs throughout his life. So like the dog thing is a little bit weird in my opinion for it to be a pain point. But then again, you know, people have been trying to cancel this guy for so long that eventually something is bound to stick, right? You know, most people don't like TYT. Most people don't like Young Turks. No, most people don't like Hasan, to be honest with you. But, you know, it says Hasan's previous dogfish had an open womb consistent where a prong collar would fit. Oh, really?
Fish or...
So, yeah, that's right there. What, Lunchy? Jason Goodman still a ship?
Fish or...
What? Was that cold chamber? What do you mean cold chamber? It's shocked his dog, but his reaction to her yelping pissed you off. You think so? Now he muted his stream so nobody can hear Kai yelp after being shocked. Oh. Interesting. So people have been kind of assembling. You got to give these guys credits because, you know, there was an open wound on the dog from before, and that dog used to wear like a chain on its neck and shit like that. Right? And, you know, a choke chain isn't the greatest. Like, that's what my dad used to use on his Rottweilers back in the day. But, you know, I never needed to use the chain on them. I would just be like, Simba, come here. And he would just come right over. And he would follow me around. I only put the leash on him because people would freak out if he wasn't wearing one. But he never needed it. He wasn't attacking people or nothing. But yeah, you know you fucked up if you got 802 pages on your ass on the Kiwi farms, I gotta say. I mean, they really love this guy, right? He's melting down. His lying seemingly doesn't work this time, and he hates his whole identity.
I can't stand any of you dumb fucks in this goddamn chat. Oh my fucking God, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single fucking day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate fucking streaming. I hate socialism. I hate every single fucking person who thinks that the peak of activism is just being the most annoying, holier than thou, the most ultimately woke leftist. It's just, you did it. You did it. You have unlocked the fucking nihilism within me, okay? I am black-pilled. Nothing will ever get better. We are never going to make it out. We can't even have a normal fucking non-hostile goddamn conversation on any of these issues.
Yeah, I think it was
Everybody
Cold
just
Chamber.
simply
I don't know,
wants
the
to
music
fucking
comes
chirp
out
into
of
the
me
wind
sometimes.
because they have no power and they recognize their utter powerlessness in the face of unjustifiable constructs that we fucking exist under. And the best possible fucking thing you can do is just be goddamn annoying.
Angel.
Okay?
That makes more sense. But I just
Oh
want to go back
God.
with the boss. Not the other dude's a dick. Wow.
Right when the
full-blown
reporter is asking
tantrum.
about optimism.
Full-blown temper tantrum.
I want to fucking, I want to just shut it off, dude. I want to shut everything off. I just want to go away. If I wasn't so goddamn stubborn, I would have a long time ago. Oh my Lord, dude. I 100% think you should someday go on sub-only mode. What do you mean? The most annoying people are literally like the 40-month subscribers. The person that caused me to fucking spiral just now is Hidesho Offliner or whatever. And that is like a routine nuisance and an offliner in this community. Okay? He is a consistent voice of nuisance. Okay? What are you talking about? The people that actually brick me, the people that actually cause me to fucking spiral out of control are always the people that have been in this fucking community for years who never shut the fuck up. I have banned him before. It's literally just like, I'm not even singling him out. He's just one example. But this happens all the fucking time, bro. Anyway. One of the worst aspects of like this kind of gathering online is that people, I think people don't behave like this in the real world. That's unironically what I was talking about. That's why I have so much hope for the future of America when I'm out in the fucking streets, right? Because I see grandparents and I see kids and I see regular ass folk that see right from wrong and they say, fuck this. What do you mean? You're just like kidnapping my neighbors. Get the fuck out of here. And they protest. And that gives me confidence. And then when I go back to the internet and I get fucking yelled at by a bunch of screenager iPad babies who are 38 years old, who think that the most like radical socialist position is to constantly chirp in a fucking Twitch streamer's chat and hyper scrutinize everything and then like refuse to understand like broader points. Okay? Refuse to be open-minded. Then I'm blackpilled again. It's virtually impossible not to be blackpilled if you're online all the fucking time. Everything that we do here is so bad. It's so fucking bad.
Wow. Wow. His hug box turned on him and he can't handle it. That is a perfect way of putting it, calling all my friends 3. Perfect way of perfect. It's amazing, Greek. You're correct. And it's hilarious. You gotta think. He been roaching out. Mitch, you're correct. It's the greatest crash out. Just completely, finally removing the masks and able to be himself. You know how much it takes to drill somebody down like that? And that's just the thing, is that he's been getting it from every angle. Right now, he is Israel, and then he's got all of the fucking people around him just trying to kill him, and he's just trying to survive, you know? Somebody's gonna get that joke. Anyways, but you know, it's like the roles are reversed and he's finally starting to be more conservative about his thoughts because, you know, should we be arguing about somebody that's, you know, abusing their dog? It seems like such a little thing, but such a little thing has gotten it to him because maybe the farms is right. It's because he's so used to being able to lie his way out of things that in a situation like this where people are on the internet and chronically online the same way that he is, people are going to find this stuff, you know? It's happened to me. It's happened to other people where people are, if they hate you and they're looking for a reason to cancel you, they'll find it. And in this particular area, it seems that it's been highly effective against him because he's just like, fuck liberalism, fuck all you guys, I'm black-pilled, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore, it's all fake and gay, you guys all suck. And this is the community that he's built around himself, right? But that's the same thing, is that's how that community is like, when you think that you're with a bunch of conservative people who are nice and, have like social moral values, they're going to treat you one way, but he surrounded himself with some of the craziest people that you could get. And, most of them are just going to fucking keep going at him until he breaks, which is crazy to think that, people can actually get you to do that. But motherfucker's just going to take a break. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. He's going to take a break. And you're right, Christina. Nobody likes an animal abuser. He should have thicker skin. Green Stash. The guy sounds like an emotionally unstable man-child with a massive bot following, acting like an influencer. The emo toad is caustic. I agree with you on that one. 100%. Like, he's crashing out, saying that he would have gone, but he's too stubborn to go, and it's blah, 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 woe is me, dendritis, and, I mean, having everything get looked up and then actually get put into a website to talk about all of this stuff. Yeah, it's like, think about this. He's been denying the accusations. PETA fucking put out a statement on that, talking about the shot callers and the dangers that's going to happen. So just look, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 big news articles from 3, I guess, what you would call very large things. You got the Hollywood Reporter talking about it. You got all these other ones talking about it. So, yeah, that stuff's really going to get to the person. We have him demonstrating the collar is a vibration collar with an air tag attached to it, and not a shot collar. But then we got another people. Yeah. Just so many different people putting stuff out here. Pakistani Tribune. Is that what they say? Tribune, Pakistan? Why is the fucking Pakistan Tribune coming up on this fucking thing? Son, literally the Express Tribune from Pakistan. Like, really, dude? You gonna tell me that this guy's abusing his dog, bro? He fucking loves that dog. What the fuck is your problem? You think he's gonna have a fucking shot collar on that big fucking thing? He's a huge dude. Look at how big that fucking dog is. Imagine me holding Lunchy like that, dude. I would not be there. You would just see my little, you'd see me like the top of my head like this. You can see the top of my head like this. So, brain sauce isn't supposed to be taken literally, I guess. Okay. One can buy shadow banning and blocking you on Techabrand. What? What's that? Yeah, he's just too stubborn to admit that he did it. You're right, Mitch. I think that's really what's going on. JT, what are you going to do about, what do you think about Jason Goodman? Dude, I've already said I think Jason Goodman's a dipshit. That's why I call him the Ultra Jew. And why would I be going after him? We already fucking had that beef a long time ago. Why do I need to get back into the scene again? I already spoke my piece, motherfucker. Why do you keep asking about him? And who the fuck are you? Like, why do I care about Jason Goodman or George Webb? I already proved both of those bitches to be lying-ass motherfuckers. Lying-ass little bitches. And little Jason Goodman, oh, you're an anti-Semite, you're a Nazi. Ain't nobody want to fucking deal with that shit. This motherfucker will call you. He will fucking call your mom. He will call your dad. He will call your fucking job. I don't want to fucking deal with that bullshit. Again. No, thank you. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, Jesus Christ. Christina, is he Muslim? I don't think he's Muslim. I would have to consider him to be more of an atheist. Maybe he was Muslim at one time, but I thought Muslims were haram. I don't know why I go like that when I say haram now, but it's just because anytime that I was hanging out with Muslim people, they would always go haram. And I would just be like, why do you always do that? They do what? They'd be like, every time you say haram, you go like this. What is that? Like you're going to chop somebody off? That's haram. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. Yeah, he's still doing the retarded biker unit. Well, I have a history with them. Yeah, but why do I care about him now? I have the history. We went our separate ways. Why would I care about going back after a dude that I already fucking trounced? I mean, seriously, what do you want from me? Huh? What do you want from me? What is it? I bet you it's still on here. Who spoofed the Seth Rich files?
You know, All Seeing You is one of the most brilliant comedians on YouTube. I really like her style.
How you, he said he also said that he had a copy of the file too, which is like, well, why didn't you share it if you had access?
Did he give him a file?
This guy's trying to activate the stalkers, bro.
My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And some shit is going down. Oh, fuck. Some shit is going down. And I'm the last person to ask people to make peace because...
Who is spoofing the Seth Rich files?
Anything could be in there. Yeah, I don't live in the past, bro. I don't live in the past. If Jason Goodman does something like fucking shutting down the port of Charleston over a fake nuke bomb threat or something like that again, I will make videos about him. But until then, we're literally talking about Hasan and him being a dog-beating piece of shit. What the fuck? Hi, Jesse Joe. I see you out there in the chat. Yeah. He claimed I spoofed the Seth Rich files at one point. Yes, I know, but everybody knows if they were following along, it was George Webb that spoofed the files and represented them as Seth Rich files to Jason Goodman, who claims he has no knowledge that George did that, and that ultimately was one of the big driving forces in their ultimate untimely separation, other than the bomb threat thing and all the other things and the alcoholism. Yeah, the alcoholism. So, where do we go with this? I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Multiple clips allege. Former OTK member Tectone claimed seven videos of Hasan electrocuting his dog leaked in the past 24 hours and cites a removal was visible on stream before it moved out of frame. And then we had more major outlets making their hullabaloo about it. And then we even had some people talking about a detailed analysis accusing Hasan of animal abuse, inciting extended confinement, and misuse of training collars. Because your dog shouldn't be wearing that collar all the time. So the allegations against Mr. Hasan Piker in this situation are the use of a shock collar, forced confinement, a history of shock collar ownership, and multiple alleged incidents that were allegedly seen on stream. And many of the key critics that he has seem to also be very large streamers that have had some type of beef with this individual in the past, such as Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast had a long-running feud with Hasan, big. I mean, didn't he do the content nuke on Hasan Piker trying to cancel him, and he just couldn't fucking do it? Like, they dropped a nuke. They dropped a content nuke on Hasan. Let me take you back, dude. H3 podcast, dude. Content nuke. Hasan Piker, right? Is that? Cause I remember that shit, dude. And I was just all like, well, nobody really gives a shit about that because, nobody likes Ethan Klein. Well, I mean, some people like Ethan Klein. Dipshits. But it was 8 months ago, right? Remember, 8 months ago, one of the Ultra Jews literally fucking tried to cancel this motherfucker and failed. Still got 3.7 million views out of the situation, but legitimately tried to nuke him off the planet, right?
Not somehow, because of his genius. We have rebranded the Houthi fucking pirates, the Houthi terrorist organization. Yeah, the Islamic fundamentalists. Death to America. Curse upon the Jews. That's right. That's the Jolly Roger of this man here. None other than Monkey D. Luffy. So let's get out there, guys. And let's make 2025 our biggest year, guys. Come on, guys. The resistance isn't perfect. The resistance isn't perfect.
The resistance isn't perfect.
If you want to know where on the political spectrum Hasan sits.
So, yeah, just remember that, damn, I need to get this taken in. Either that or I'm just like way fatter than I used to be. Anyways, so as you can see, like they dropped a content nuke on his ass and it still somehow didn't manage to do even a smidgen of the damage that is happening to Hasan now. Now, some would say maybe they just like cracked his armor enough for the evil and the hate to start flowing in. But ultimately, like this is something that, you know, Ethan Klein can get a little, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so
take a look at a recent media analysis by
I mean, we're not watching an hour and 42 minutes of this shit, but it's just good to point it out that, you know, one of his main critics, Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast, he just says horrifying animal cruelty. And I'm just like, okay, all right. Well, then we got XQC, Felix, good old boy, accused Hasan of gaslighting his audience about what happened on camera. Even though nobody could ever be for certain about what happened on camera, we could only be certain on what we saw, which, you know, it's a stream, so you miss shit all the time. And then, yeah, Tech Toad making his claim that he had 7 different videos of him leaking in the past 20 hours and all this other bullshit. Yeah. So, what do we gotta think about this one? Is Hasan Piker really, like, is this really, like, what's really gonna end up doing him in? Right? And his defense, I mean, has his defense been good? I don't know. I don't think it has been. He has changed his story very many times, like Jesse Joe has said, but, like, yeah, Ethan Klein discovered Ozempic. You know what, though? That Ozempic shit, I don't know that if he should be fucking around with that shit. I was thinking about it until I found out what it was, and I was just like, nah, I'm good, dude. Anyways.
I told you it was venom. I didn't know it was venom. I looked it up. What kind of drug is this? Oh, it's a GLP-1 drug. What the hell does GLP-1 drug mean? Never heard that in my life. Holy crap, it comes from the venom of a lizard? I want to ask you, all of you at home, how many of you are convinced
venom
that you or your loved ones are overweight
of a lizard?
And diabetic because you have a Gila monster venom deficiency? And oh my God, God forgot to put enough of that damn Gila monster's venom in your body, and you ran out. Now you're fat and overweight and you're diabetic. So now you need to inject that venom inside your body every week, once a week. This is the insanity you live in. This is the deception you live in. Just because they called it Wegovy and Ozempic and said it was FDA approved, did I go, oh, it must be safe and effective. I don't know why these people's stomachs are being paralyzed and why they say they're going to develop cancer in their thyroid after a year. Really? Go look it up.
Well, I guess I'm gonna stay fat and not get Ozempic because I don't want to fucking inject. Is that real, dude? What is a GLP-1 drug made of? That can't be real, dude. Can't be real. GLP-1 drugs are made from synthetic versions of naturally occurring hormones like glucagon, like peptide 1. Some initial versions have the foundation of the compound found in Gila monster venom. Fuck. These drugs are created through the laboratory process to mimic the effects of a natural hormone to help regulate blood sugar, appetite, and digestion. Huh. Oh. Okay, cool. Whoa. Wow. Glad you brought that up. So what you're telling me is that I don't need to worry. H3 is probably going to get thyroid cancer or die because he took Ozempic? Now, I'm still pretty sure that he's on a bunch of cocaine because nobody's going to be like, I know what the Coconuts looks like, motherfucker. You know, this is a mixture of multiple things. I mean, obviously, fucking Ozempic. I should take some Ozempic. I could look using like that. Damn, if I was looking like that, dude, I can imagine how many bitches I could be at. Dude, I could be at all the bitches. All the bitches. Nah, you need money for that. Shit. Anyways, so yeah, just in case you didn't know that, Ozempic, reptile venom, compound. Reptile venom, compound. Or reptile venom. Reptile venom. Anyways, back to Hasan. So, his defense was the following. It's a vibration collar, not a shock collar. The second thing was that apparently it was an accidental injury. She hurt herself while she was moving, and he in no way shocked her with the shock collar. We had an air tag on the collar. Says that people misidentified it was a... And then he also says that his dog Kaya is well cared for, which, I mean, a look at any of his social media, the fact that his dog is literally all over the stream for the alerts and everything else, takes big pictures of that big ass Mastiff. Yeah, it does seem that she is a well taken care of dog. Right, it doesn't seem like it seems like most people would say that she is spoiled, although, you know, it seems like a lot of people have been digging in really deep, like trying to figure out with the shock collar and claiming that you could cut the prongs off or you can't cut the prongs off. And I mean, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And then we have supporting voices defending Hasan, like Anissa Johnson, the person that owns What's His Face or whatever. I don't even know what his fucking name is, but, you know, like, they're in the fucking poorhouse now. And, oh, yeah, friends and multiple visitors who've gone to the home and said that, you know, the dog's treated very well and he doesn't abuse her. So, you know, that's really what we got going out here. The analysis from the robot says, well, here's the PETA statement. Hasan Pikers designed using a shock collar on his dog, and we hope that's true. Because shock collars are dangerous and downright cruel. They put dogs at risk of burn wounds, chronic anxiety, and displaced aggression. Positive reinforcement is a far more effective training method that doesn't betray our animal companions' trust in us. Veterinary analysis. Veterinarian Calidus Vet published a detailed analysis arguing that even if the collar only vibrates, using it to punish normal behaviors like shifting positions constitute misuse of training tools. The vet also criticized keeping Kaya on a raised bed for hours, stating that large breeds need freedom to move around to avoid physical discomfort. The psychosis event perspective. An article in Aftermath described the controversy as one of the internet's dumbest psychosis events yet, arguing that the outrage is disproportionate to the available evidence and fueled by pre-existing fuels and political disagreements. The author poses several logical questions. Why would someone secretly abusing their dog film it for 10 hours a day? After years of streaming, why is there only one clip of the dog yelping? Why have none of these many high-profile guests who visited Hasan Pikers' home reported any evidence of abuse? And then we got political context. Many of Pikers' most vocal critics are streamers with whom he has had long-standing feuds, including Ethan Klein, Destiny, and Asmongold. These creators have made countless hours of content criticizing Piker over the years, often with his left-wing political views and pro-Palestinian stance. This suggests that the controversy may be amplified by political disagreements and content creation incentives rather than a pure concern for animal welfare. Very weird. Very interesting. Very understandable if you think about it, because, you know, we gotta give Hasan Piker at least the benefit of the doubt here, and I think that the psychosis of its perspective makes the most sense, since people have already been conditioned to be outraged over these things, and we've seen over the past 8 months that this has been an ongoing thing. This is not a new event in the situation, but this event seems to be getting such a disproportionate view of all of the attention from people. I mean, that's why I waited 2 weeks to even go look at it. It's because to me, when I saw it coming out, I was like immediately like, that's a fucking psyop, bro. That seems like a fucking psyop, son. That's what it looked like to me. And I mean, I think I'm going to stand by that understanding of it because it doesn't really seem like they're going to be able to change what they're saying about it in any time here. Yeah. You know, maybe it's because he's got that many viewers and sakes his uncle, but I don't think that's the case, to be honest with you. Because there was people that were trying to cancel the fuck out of him way before any of this, and they failed. Namely, one of his main vocal critics right now, who was getting backed up by all these people. To me, it seems like a psychosis again, but it seems like more people have been preconditioned to basically be angry about it. And even if it was just like a vibration call or something of that nature, it's not actually hurting the dog. He may be misusing the way that it's supposed to operate, but like, this is not the biggest thing. When I was a kid, we had a fucking electric fence for the Rottweilers so they wouldn't dig out of the yard because that and because the rebar stakes that were 4 feet fucking with the curve weren't enough to keep them from coming or digging under the fucking fence. Because they love digging. They fucking love digging. Big ass motherfucking holes. Huge ass motherfucking holes. So, I don't know, man. Feels really suspect. We had multiple different articles, you know, but all of it feels like it's riding on the back of the original content new push that was done. So he has been a very vocal critic of the Palestinian movement and the Israeli movement. Well, he's been a vocal supporter of the Palestinian movement, vocal critic of the Israeli movement. And, you know, when you turn around and you look at actually the main people that are talking negative about Lee, it almost kind of seems like it's manufactured in a sense because, you know, we've kind of proven beyond a shadow of a doubt these days that a certain group of individuals from a certain country out there seem to like to manipulate how things are being said on the internet to the point where if you say the wrong thing, you get stopped up. They take you down. They don't let you talk about them. But it's just kind of like, damn, son, you know, what could be bringing this all about? And like for me, I look at the game theory in this thing, and game theory wise, it seems like there's a lot more to this story, right? You don't see this kind of push behind it unless somebody is actively doing some type of operation to get it out there. It's just too big for it to be organic, and it's just not organic because, I mean, wouldn't have somebody brought it up like months ago? No, it just happened that one time, and then his big vocal critic for months ago all of a sudden starts claiming, oh, well, we have more incidences. We have this and that. But literally, people are just making content out of it at this point because they need the money, apparently, right? Here's that Aftermath article that was talking about Nathan Grayson. Yep, Colorgate is one of the dumbest internet psychosis events ever. And that's what I think it is. That's why I think it's funny that people have glommed onto it and like actually being a part of it forever. And I mean, yeah, I don't agree with this political ideology or anything about that, but the one thing that I used to be like is like, well, at least it takes care of that dog. And now it's like, okay, well, you might have like one of those vibrating collars or whatever, but like, this is like the stupidest thing to cancel somebody for. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, it's like, is he a terrorist sympathizer or some shit like that? Is that why this shit is happening? You know, you gotta look at the bigger picture. Stop looking at things at such a small viewpoint because it's so much. It seems like it's a lot bigger than this. Nothing gets this big. These people don't get this much play without somebody or a machine behind the thing pushing it out to be there. And just look at all the different people are saying things that people are saying. Just think about that. PSYOP. You know, But at the same time, as people are trying to gaslight, I mean, who's gaslighting who? Are you gaslighting yourself into thinking that that's exactly what happened and you know it was a shot caller? Or was this response the same thing for, a vibration caller? I mean, do you know beyond a shadow of a doubt? Like, don't you spend time watching fucking shows all day long and you think you know what you saw every single time? But I've literally gone through this myself where people have watched it happen live and heard what I said and still manage to not see it the same way as me. And here I am not defending him at all, but I'm just saying this is like really fucking stupid to think about. Right? Like, this is what this whole thing is over the dog that he may or may not be abusing, but nobody's got any hard evidence. We just saw that the dog yelped and his hand was off camera. You don't know what his hand is. He could have had some dude's balls in his hand. You don't know. It's probably not that. That might have made the dog yelp. It's plausible. But Occam's razor says that we have to accept that, okay, so he vibrated his dog, and that's why she yelped. Some people want it to be a shot collar. Do they know if it was 100%? No. Did people spend 2 fucking weeks looking up shot collars and trying to, like, match it up and reviewing all of the evidence for weeks on end, trying to figure out what's happening? Yes. Where do you go with it? Yeah. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Right? I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it was a shot collar. I think it was a vibration collar, but that's just an opinion, right? And is it my opinion that he shouldn't be doing that with his dog? Yeah, I agree with that overall sentiment and statement, but do I also agree is that this is the thing that should be what took him out? And that's like a no. Because I feel like, if we go back to good old fucking H3H3.
In the world, the most moral nation, the most moral democracy on the planet is ruthlessly and mercilessly bombing southern Lebanon, including southern Beirut.
What did Lebanon do?
They just kind of were there. They happen to be Israel's neighbor.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Even as someone who's critical of Israel, this retelling is fucking insane.
They just kind of were there.
Hezbollah started launching rockets into Israel hours after the October 7th raid began. They launched 12,000 rockets, killed nearly 100 people, including 12 children, and displaced 250,000 Israelis from northern Israel. That's what caused them to respond.
What did Lebanon do?
Shit. Why did he ask that? What do I say? Do I tell him the real reason? No, my audience will kill me for being a Zionist. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kristen. It's his own attitude taking him out. But I'm trying to go farther than that. Like, people have been preconditioned for at least 8 months to hate this guy by, quote unquote, some of the most powerful media manipulators that the world has ever seen, and it failed miserably. Yet, it's never gone away. It's always chipping away, and it's still happening. The angles are still being attacked, and things are there. So on the outside looking in, it looks like he hasn't really cared too much about it, but overall it's obvious that this shit's been taking a fucking toll on him. But I mean, he's talking about quitting streaming for good and saying he's blackpilled. It fucked liberals. It fucked the Democrats. Fuck everybody. And that's crazy when you can get somebody broken down that's been, to this point, so politically dense in a way that hasn't been seen the world over in a long time. That's what you really got to start looking at it. And honestly, I don't like H3. I don't like the way that he framed this, because he was trying to utilize that same thing that he always does, is like, oh, I'm Jewish, we're persecuted, whatever. And it's just, it fell flat on his face, because the whole premise is that, oh, these guys are all terror supporters and shit. But anybody with fucking eyeballs has been watching what's been going on over there. And what I said before still applies. It's like, we've seen all the videos of the kids and the explosions of the bombs and the wiped out Gazas and the people's there, and people are able to make their own determination on what they think they fucking saw Even though, just a few years ago, right? It was just a few years ago, people were talking about crisis actors and all these other fucking things, right? Well, you don't think that that's still valid for other areas? So it's like, who are you supposed to believe? We are literally dealing with weaponized psyops on every single way. And if you look at Hasan, he's literally like an enemy of a state, right? Or they would view him as an enemy of a state, spreading propaganda about him. And it would make sense that, only an apparatus that was just going after every little thing would be capable of putting it into the forefront in such a way that everybody would be talking about it, which is there. And I mean, it's unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate that if he is seriously a dog abuser, maybe he just needs to take some classes on how to become a better dog owner, right? Like, why doesn't he get a chance to make it better? Well, it's because he's kind of fucking it up for himself because he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. He's like, I've already discussed it. You guys won't even leave me alone. Even my 40-month subscribers are fucking jicking me on this shit. What the fuck? Think about that. It's a rough place to be in, I must say. It's a rough place to be in, I must say. All right. Anyways, so I just think that, like, literally a lot of what we're looking at here seems to be individuals that are always trying to drive the narrative, right? Like, we've been looking at the narrative behind Hasan for a while now. And the narrative behind him has always been pretty clear and pretty pervasive, right? Now, is it okay that that's happening? Is it going to start happening to more? Because this has happened before. It's happened to other people. Maybe not in such a high-profile way, but it's still happening, right? And you got to ask yourself if this is how we're going to be moving forward in these types of endeavors. It really makes you wonder because, like, this is a big streamer, and so far, a lot of the left's big streamers, like Destiny, this guy, fucking H3, a lot of these people are losing their political muster because they just have said so many crazy things, or they've had such radical ideologies, and they've been thrust into places that they really haven't trained to be. Like, you gotta think about that. People go to school for journalism and become journalism majors and stuff like that, and have to learn the process and the system, and a lot of these guys are just getting thrown in there with these people that have trained for years in the system and have no idea about it, and they start to crack because they're not capable of interacting at. And you know what? It doesn't help that he's acting like a spoiled fucking toddler about the whole situation. No, but you really got to understand that this is what happens, right? Like, this is no different than the things that were happening years ago on this channel and how people were interacting and going after each other, right? Ultimately, it's all just about making content, right? It's all just about getting the content, making the content, being the content guys. Well, I think more or less we're really going to have to, like, take a step back and try to think about it because, if Hasan's gonna be, if he's really the bad guy that's doing all the bad shit, like, I guess I'll eat my lunch on all that shit, but I don't know. I think it's a problem. I think you shouldn't be doing it, but I think the reaction that we're seeing right here, it doesn't make sense. Seems manufactured. Seems like too many people are getting caught up in in these little things that don't matter, that they're missing the bigger picture of what's going on, right? It makes you wonder, dude. Fucking makes you wonder, dude. Interesting.
I've been permanently banned from YouTube. I've been permanently banned from YouTube. I've been permanently banned from TikTok. I've been permanently banned everywhere.
Permanently banned. Wow. Hasan's been permanent banned from YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. Really? I mean, I don't think so. Let's see. Hasan the Hun. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's been banned. What's this? What's this? I don't hear any fucking audio. Well, let's see what he says. Seeing a lot of libs defend Planter over an establishment pick like Janice and Mills because the leftist platform. Yeah, doesn't seem like he's gone anywhere. Doesn't seem like he's gotten banned or anything like that either. So, what is that all about? Seems a little sussy wussy if you ask me. Yeah, what? That's it. Libtards were no longer plagued. Oh gosh. Yep. People jumping on animal abuse, I think, is just enough to take anybody out. And I mean, he's taking himself out at this point. Like, there's nobody that's taking him down other than himself, right? Yeah. It's kind of insane. Right? It's kind of insane. So if he's really calling it quits over all of this stuff, good, bad, indifferent, don't care. But it does show you that, this shit's getting to streamers, man. Like, okay, so Hasan might be abusing his dog. If we find out that he's banging his dog or something like that, I'm going to be real pissed. But somebody had asked about this earlier, so I might as well talk about it. It's a nice segue because, we're talking about Twitch streamers, right? Hasan the Hun, dog beater extraordinaire on Twitch. Well, at the same time, while this shit's happening, I guess an even bigger event has happened. Emaru, a very popular streamer. Let me refresh this so that we can get the... Never mind, I guess we're not going to get that. Another popular live streamer on the platform was assaulted by a rogue fan at a TwitchCon meet and greet. It was a TwitchCon meet and greet that she was required to be at. She could not cancel because, Twitch requires you, in order to have a show at TwitchCon, to have a meet and greet for a certain period of time, so people are going to know exactly where you are and when you are. And generally what happens to streamers, if you know where somebody is, well, somebody that doesn't like you, or in this case, somebody that apparently likes you, is going to come and find you and shoot their shot. But yeah, there has been a lot of video footage that circulated social media showing a man storming towards Emaru. Well, kind of looks like he's more just kind of like walking quickly. And yeah, Emily Beth Skunk, and it looks like he tried to grab her face and kiss her during a meet and greet, which is obviously sexual harassment, right? Sexual harassment. Let's see. Do we actually have the video? Yes, we do. Here's the video of the alleged harassment. There you go, right there. So let's go ahead and analyze this. We're going to turn the playback speed way down, turn the audio off. But yeah, here's Emaru. She's standing right here, currently talking to some fucking teal-haired fatty. I mean, me and that guy probably wear the same pant size. I don't know what shit I'm talking about. At least I don't got fucking teal hair, right? Well, he's sitting there just talking to her, and as far as we know, dude just kind of walks into the frame. So you see him coming in, just walking right the fuck up, completely just locked in on her. She sees him, doesn't really know what's going on, and then he just reaches in to kiss her. And then a security guard finally decides to get in the way and pushes the dude out of the way. You're right. They should have better security. Wellness Arena says he hugged her. Yeah, it looked like he was going in to do a little bit more than hug her. I mean, when you really slow the footage down, you can see this guy's just standing there. Homeboy walks up. She looks at him. He reaches around, hugs her, but you can see in Rich's face, almost like he's trying to kiss her neck or kiss her face or whisper something to her. But, it's a seriously fucked up event. Yeah, wait, can't figure out the connection, right? Yeah. So we don't really know what the hell happened with it. Well, we know at least that much is the fact that, you know, some dude bent down and said, hey, this is a problem. I don't like this, right? Alleged assaults and other things. She's discussed it, made posts about it on the internet, basically saying, yesterday, the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon, even in front of other creators' meet and greets, to grab me, my face, and try to kiss me. Fortunately, he wasn't able to, but a lot of people have pointed out that it could have been a lot worse. I'm obviously shaken up about what happened, and it's not the first time I've dealt with something like this, but to tell you honestly, I am hurt and upset about how Twitch handled it during and after the event. Like, I don't understand how he was allowed to make it to me in the first place. The security in the clip who was acts as my own security. It's true, my favorite and usual security guard was banned for holding a stalker's arm to bring him to the police at a past TwitchCon. However, there were at least 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react and let the guy walk away. As you can see in the clip, they don't even appear in the frame. The woman who was walking me away is my own personal manager, and behind the booth, the only 2 people who were checking on me and comforting me were her and my friend. None of the TwitchCon staff even came to ask what happened or if I was okay. My friend who was present told me Twitch security were also behind the booth afterwards, joking about they didn't even see what happened and immediately laughing and moving on to talking about something else. So no one was checking if I was okay, no one to see if I needed anything, and let the guy run away initially. I have no idea what anyone hired to keep the event safe was doing. So, I mean, okay, Emmy. Okay, Amaru, you're a girl. There's creeps on the internet. You brought your own security, but you were expecting exactly what from Twitch security staff? I mean, I feel like these types of abuses and things have happened in the past at TwitchCon, and it's been kind of like a relevant thing, but ultimately, I mean, who's really to blame for the situation? It almost kind of seems like it's a setup in a lot of ways, at least from when I look at it, because it feels like they wanted to bring more attention to this in a way that was there, because this had happened to her before, apparently, at a TwitchCon with the stalker. But this guy, I guess, was he a stalker? Was he not a stalker? We haven't really heard too much about who this fucking guy was. All we really know is that, you know, she decided that she ain't gonna talk about it. But, you know, 3 days ago, she posted a video that's got almost 1 million views addressing what happened. While she's wearing her scantily clad provocative dress.
Wake the up, samurai. We have a city to burn. Okay,
we have a city to burn?
First of all, you guys will have to forgive me because I'm not meant to be doing streams like this. I'm meant to be playing fucking dress up in my room, playing video games, okay? I did not want to have to do like a stream like this. Like, it feels like I'm doing like a fucking press conference or something, but first...
It feels like I'm doing a press conference and milking it for 3 days. Yeah, we're not gonna watch the whole thing here, but to think about this, it's just kind of like crazy to really think, you know, like you didn't have to do a stream at TwitchCon, you didn't have to do a show at TwitchCon, you chose to do that, and then you had the security shit there, and you got put into a shitty situation, right? Like, that should not happen to anything. There's this thing out there, they call it consent, right? You should get consent before you touch people or fucking lean in to, like, give them a hug or a kiss, for that matter. I mean, yeah, some people think that they're like gonna be like crazy romantic, but just to be honest with you, if you're like a really big fat dude and you're going out to some internet princess, yeah, like unless you fucking look like Fabio, motherfucker, you're probably not gonna get very far. And whatever idea that you had about reaching in and kissing her and, you know, love at first sight, yeah, that shit's not gonna happen, homeboy. Not gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah, this is the stream right after it happened. The next part of her show that night, the deep sighing is so depressing. What do you mean deep sighing is so sad? What? Yeah, this is immediately afterwards, I know. This is the stream that she did immediately afterwards. Actual security did his job very well. Permanent ban. Random guy who essayed her 30-day ban. Wow. The fact that they banned the security guard who did his job and only gave 30 days ban to this guy is so horrendous. Well, is that horrendous? I mean, I'm pretty sure the rules of the security guard is that they're not supposed to put their hands on you. And I mean, he wasn't a security guard. Technically, he is a bodyguard. That would be the correct vernacular. And the bodyguard should have the ability to do that. But she says security guard. So, there's different rules for different people.
Hope you guys are all feeling okay. Sorry you had to see that. You know what I'm supposed to be doing right now, actually? I'm supposed to be going over my run-up show for my TwitchCon show, which I am still doing, by the way, because of all the work that the production staff and the cosplayers in it put into it. It's not their fault that happened. I'm still gonna do it. But yeah, I don't even know where to fucking start. I don't know if you guys can see this. I wrote fucking notes for this because there's so much stuff that I feel.
Yeah, we're not watching this whole thing. I wonder if there's anything else she had posted over here. I don't think so. I think her Twitch stream is right here. Let me go to videos. Let's see. 3 days ago, 5 days ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, I don't think there's been really any. Well, I mean, if there has been some recent broadcasts that she's done on it, it doesn't seem like they're available to watch. We just have that last stream, I believe.
Arctis Nova 7 Gen 2.
Arctis Nova 7
the
Gen 2.
app called the biggest cheat code in the industry is here for PC and console. It's got real-time audio control.
So yeah, I would have to say that's there. Although there was like a video that I did see. I don't know where I posted it though. But I do remember actually seeing a video about like Amaru and her people talking. Amaru. Let's see. Maybe we can find it if we actually go online. Yeah, I don't really see. Well, maybe if I go to media. Maybe if I go to media, that could be a mistake. I knew I should have retweeted. Oh, I retweeted it on the other account. That account got banned, so I can't actually go look at that. Huh. I did see a video kicking around. Amaru Sinna. Maybe that's it. Oh, wait. Yeah, Amaru Sinna. Let me try it like that. Let me look at that. Is this it?
Yes,
this is like from a couple months ago, March 2nd, 2025. The last time that Amaru had an incident where she refused to give some random dude her phone number, and yeah, he apparently attacked Amaru over it.
A change for the better, as you would say.
Okay.
A change would be order number.
Oh.
If you like it, can I get your number?
I don't have.
Can I have your number? Can I have it, please? Please?
I don't know how to use a phone. I'm sorry.
I don't know how to use a phone. Really? You don't, bitch, you don't know how to use a motherfucking phone? Why don't you just say no?
That's not how you really riz.
Bro, what the fuck?
That's not the riz.
Get behind me. Okay. Oh my god.
Kendrick.
Are we getting churros?
Kendrick, add it into the list.
Thanks for coming in, lady.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow, and take care.
Wait, can we get churros or no? Yes, right here. Oh. You can also get churros.
So, what is she, like a geisha or something like that? Like, why these weird dudes be attacking this chick all the time? I mean, I know the bitch is fine, but Jesus Christ, man. Like, what is this about? What is happening here? Why is this happening? It doesn't make any sense, to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't make any sense. But this is still not the video that I was thinking about. Is it this one?
Okay, I'm just gonna. I can just announce it then, right? I don't have to.
Yeah, don't say who.
I think we should announce.
Don't say who. Just say what it is.
Yeah, we can say us three.
I guess.
Okay. We're.
Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. God, I know it was a video where they were talking about it, but I can't find it. But as I remember them talking about how they were basically not able to cancel their stream. Emery cancel TwitchCon. Let's see if we can find that. Nope. Ah, here it is. I found it.
So I had to cancel my meet and greet because of the stuff, but in order to, I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours because of people being weird.
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting. Oh.
So I'm sorry,
I kept my meet
Emmy.
and greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be
I'm
fine.
sorry, Emmy.
I'm sure everyone will be nice.
So I had to cancel my meet and greet.
This is right before it, by the way.
In order to, I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours because of people being weird.
Okay.
And
She's such an airhead, but I would marry her in a heartbeat.
I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Her.
Interesting. Oh.
So I'm sorry,
I kept my meet
Emmy.
and greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be
I'm
fine.
sorry, Emmy.
I didn't cancel my meet and greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely everything will be fine. A few moments later, some rando tries to assault her at TwitchCon during her meet and greet that she wanted to cancel because she didn't want to be in one place for 2 hours because dudes be freaks and be trying to come up to her, touch her booty, and give her kisses and stuff like that. You know whose fault this is? Men, this is your fucking fault. God damn. Motherfuckers be thinking that they're gonna be getting every girl out there. But yeah, a meet and greet is exactly what it sounds like. It's where the Twitch streamer is standing in an area and their fans get to come up and meet them and talk to them and have like a one-on-one conversation for a couple of minutes. That's what a meet and greet is. So they have to stand there for 2 hours when they have meet and greets with other big celebrities, like huge celebrities. And that's the problem here is a lot of these like streamer types, especially like Amaru and all of her fans, these people think that they're like fucking Angelina Jolie and Tom fucking Cruise, okay? They think that they are on that level, guys. Or at least that's where they believe they are. Because if you look at the amount of views and the amount of money that they're making, I mean, they're making way more money than some of those actors in Hollywood ever wanted to make. And I think that there's this huge disconnect in between where they believe that they're at, how they believe that they should be treated, and how things are supposed to happen for them. But they don't realize is that, you know, all that shit that comes from the machine hasn't made its way over to Twitch yet. You know, Twitch is still Justin TV, still run by Dan Clancy, right? Like, it's not exactly the number one company that's out there. They've just kind of been, you know, doing their thing. And it makes me wonder, really, like, you got to think, what's this?
There's
Here's
no
Dan
way.
Clancy.
Wait, Dan Clancy, do you know who I am? Wait, let me ask. That's literally him. Wait, Dan. Wait, Dan Clancy. Show Daniel Clancy. Wait, Dan. Dude, I literally just saw Dan Clancy. On my soul, I did. Did you see him, Nate? I fucking saw his ass. Wait.
I saw Dan Clancy on my soul. Yeah, just hanging out with an underage chick. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That guy, he totally cares, dude. He totally cares. That's Dan Clancy right there, dude. Rocking a gold chain, 61 years old, a gold Roblox chain, and a Labubu. Wearing the green kicks. Penguin covered his earnings last week or so, and he's not even in the top 20 material like them. That's true. Yeah, he makes bazillions of dollars though. He making millions, dog. He making millions. What's this right here? Oh look, it's a clip with fucking Asman.
For Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch.
Wow. Yep, that was who. I was gonna leak it to my friend, but I guess I don't have to now.
Later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't.
That's who they were.
But I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
She's speaking about Dan Clancy himself, by the way. Was out partying at an influencer event while this was happening.
Sorry, my line's all crazy here.
I'll say that one.
The head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch.
Wow. Yep, that was who. I was gonna.
Yeah, what are you expecting them to be like fucking SEAL Team 6 and protect little Amaru? No. That's not gonna fucking happen. Like, you're talking about Asmongold and fucking these guys, and you know they get people coming after them. Like, imagine what's his name, Speed. I show Speed. Isn't that what his name is? I know everybody calls him Speed. I mean, that dude's got a whole fucking operation that goes with him everywhere he goes because people are fucking crazy, and people were still trying to fucking get close to them, and you know there was like almost near death experiences happening because they were trying to get close to that guy. And you think it's going to be any different from any of these other people? Twitch is not a company that's ever had to deal with anything to this level, and they've invited it for so long. But for them, it has been almost a non-starter because, like, how many times have you read about something seriously insane happening with a streamer? And I think, you know, in recent memory, the craziest thing that I remember hearing about was the whole situation with Amaranth, where somebody literally broke into her house and then they had to kill some people / shoot some people off that were trying to get their Bitcoin, right? Like, that was probably the craziest fucking thing that I had heard or seen happening in a while. So, you know, if things are like that are happening to Amaranth, and then all of a sudden this Amaru chick is having, you know, her whole situation going on, you know, you guys think that literally they didn't even care, dude. Like, this company is not set up for that. And, you know, it's like you guys are putting yourselves in these situations, not really putting it together. You think, oh, Twitch is a multi-billion-dollar company. You think fucking Jeff Bezos is paying attention to that shit? Nah, son. They were kind of worried about some other shit happening.
Okay, I've been talking to Twitch people, and I'm really upset because...
Yeah, how dare he be partying when he didn't know what was happening to prevent the thing he didn't know about? Exactly. How fucking dare they? How dare they have lives and not pay my attention to just me? Like, seriously, okay, the guy could have walked up and, like, fucking stabbed you. I get it. That's scary, right? But he just leaned in and tried to kiss you, it looks like. Well, it looks like he, like, whispered something to you, and then you turned to him, and he was like, can I kiss you? It looks like what he did was lean in to your ear and say, hey girl, I think you're beautiful, can I kiss you? And then you turned your face towards him, and he just was like, sweet, she's gonna let me kiss her. Yeah, I mean, still just a bad situation. Like, okay, Twitch security probably should have stopped that guy from moving up, but for the most part, people are policing themselves in these particular areas, and it's not the first time that we've seen something like this happen, but this is probably one of the more woo-woo.
I noticed a lot of negligence around the event, and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, you know, like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, there are reasons that streamers use anime characters. There's reasons that people are fucking offline. I'm one of those reasons, guys. Remember, I'm the dumbass that told everybody who I was and where I lived and where I was at. And I had people stalking me in my house and shit like that. Y'all don't fucking remember that shit? You don't remember the Thomas Schoenberger thing? You don't remember that? You don't remember the cicada thing? You don't remember that shit? I dealt with all that shit. I had to go to the courts. I had to deal with police. How do you not remember this shit? I've experienced it. And I'm not even a quarter of this, not even a percentile the size of these motherfuckers, okay? And I've experienced everything that they experience already. And I'm not as big as them. I am a fucking roach compared to them. So it's like, that's why it's shocking and crazy to me. It's because I've been through all that stuff. Okay, maybe I got a crash course and my particular shit is not the norm, but like I spend all day sometimes. I used to spend nights just like hitting other streamers in video games and stuff just to see how it psychologically affected them and what kind of narratives that they would spurn on it. And it's like literally these people give themselves Stockholm syndrome over some pixels. And on top of that, earlier when we listened to what she was talking about, she's like, I just want to go home and, you know, fucking cosplay and play video games. But like, you know, that's not what an actual person in Hollywood has to do. You know, those people are fucking still working sometimes, right? When they're like making their content, doing that stuff. But you know what? They have the same type of danger when they go out in public, right? I'm not one of those people, and I've had to deal with that type of shit. Like, think about that.
About this, and you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days. What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, that's like nothing to do with anything. No one gives a fuck if he's banned on Twitch or not. Like, we're talking about the convention here. So they changed it to indefinite. Takes an hour for that to happen, by the way. These two people are the head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch.
So yeah, Emery, what do you want them to fucking do when it happens? Like, they kind of knew it'd be there. Like, obviously, some security guards are gonna get fired because they didn't do their job. They're gonna handle it all. But like, yeah, shit rolls uphill and it's their problem. But like, ultimately, they're gonna blame the people on the bottom of the totem pole. That's how it always happens. Like, what are you expecting? That's what I'm not getting. It's like, what are you expecting them to be like perfect? SEAL Team 6, stop creeper chobo streamer guy from walking up and trying to kiss you, smelling like fucking peanut butter.
Also, later the same night, I'm not gonna.
It's a uniquely
here because I wasn't there, so
situation.
I didn't see it. But I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
Yeah, they were out partying. Okay, so what? It's TwitchCon. That's what you go do at conventions. You have a convention where everybody's having fun, and then you have a party at night, and everybody celebrates the cool thing that you made. Like, that's fucking normal as shit. Like, oh, okay, then. Okay, but then, you know, maybe it's like, right, you know, Clancy's like 61 years old, but he's farting with a bunch of 20-year-olds. Yeah.
Okay,
Clout goblins. It just makes you wonder, like, because you don't want to be mad or anything. So, you know, obviously we should hear from Dan Clancy and hear about what he thought, right? And this is Twitch CEO Dan Clancy on the Assault of Emeru, with a guest spot from none other than Taylor fucking Lorenz. Good old Tay-Tay.
And others. Obviously, we saw one Twitch streamer yesterday, Emeru, get
Still wearing
assaulted
a
by a male
mask.
fan, and a lot of streamers have, especially female streamers, have talked about the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of groups. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something.
No, Sir Richard Branson isn't the Twitch CEO. That is Stan Clancy, but you know what? He definitely kind of
what happened yesterday. What happened?
The safety of our creators is a top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't today. Okay, it's very different. When I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. We're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy. She's a friend of mine, and so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our
maybe she has a weak immune system. No, maybe she's a fucking bad shit crazy.
About helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done, because that's the world we live in now.
Demi had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been.
Look at just hold on a second. We're talking with our hands. We're wearing a mask. We got dangly weird earrings. And then what is up with all of the wrist stuff? She's got 3 different rings and 3 bracelets. And then she got some other bracelets and shit on the other side.
Such a secure event to the point that even journalists had struggled. It is very secure, but here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there, right? And so, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any, specifics or details, but part of that is working with creators and, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely, ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to help them figure out what's right for them.
Yeah. He makes a good point. It's it's an indefensible situation because in a place like this, when you're dealing with these kinds of people, you don't know what the plans are for every individual that are coming into that area. You can have some people there robbing people, even at music festivals. All the same stuff still applies to a music festival. And if they treated con security more like festival security, where they just had an overabundance of goons or guards or whatever that were ready and able to actually do something and were trained to do so, I think it would be a much different place, right? But he does make a valid point where, she is putting herself out there. That is a risk that you take. But at the same time, it's how do you define this risk? How are you supposed to identify somebody like that from a regular ass fan, right? Because the guy could have done absolutely nothing wrong from the second that he showed up there, decided to go get in line for her meet and greet, and then realized that, all right, I'm just going to go right now because, nobody's paying attention and it's the perfect time to strike. I'm going to do it. I don't see me not being able to do what this guy did. Right, because I've gone to music festivals and I've had a wristband, a GA wristband, and I've just walked backstage and walked around and talked to people and shit, because it's all about how you carry yourself when you're walking around. And then even with security and stuff like that, some security can be bought, other security cannot. We don't know anything about what happened leading up to the situation. There's no footage of it. We don't know if this guy paid off the guards to look the other way for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? How hard would it have been for him to be all here's $20, just can you look that way for a second? I mean, $100. Was there a commotion happening over there on the other side that we weren't aware of that those people were drawn into? Was the commotion created? You know, I think about these things in that kind of way. It's like, you know, oh fuck, you know, Emaru's out there. Would I like personally walk up and like do the same thing? No, but I guarantee you that if I wanted to, I could probably put a sticker and be in and out, never be seen. People wouldn't even notice. Hell yeah. You could do that. Be hard though, because I'm kind of fat. I need to lose weight. I need to lose like 50 pounds without using Gila monster venom. Because growing up, they said that those things are dangerous as fuck. And I'm pretty sure if like a Gila monster grabs onto you, you get like your leg like falls off and shit. Yeah. Joe Riggs! Yeah, think about that. Yeah, how about a meet and greet behind plexiglass, like shopping during CVS? Oh yeah, or we could put the Twitch streamer in a glass box with the only one entrance and exit. Yeah, that sounds like a great fucking idea, right? No, like how do you secure that situation? Obviously, security needs to be better. Like, it was basically just roped off. So, you know, if somebody just decides to ditch and move, there's not really much, you know, they had a bad security arrangement there, you know, we'll give her that. But at the same time, like, she wasn't really doing much, you know, she was just like, oh, who is this guy? You know, like, where was the defensive, you know, like, where were your defensive stats at, bitch? Like, Jesus Christ, block, parry, attack. Like, what the fuck? Random dude that's not the one that you're supposed to be talking to at the meet and greet just randomly walking up to you. Take a step back. Defensive stance. Block, parry. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you play video games. How can you do it in the video game, but you can't do it in real life? I don't understand. It's because they're not playing the game of life, guys. They're so spoiled that, you know, like, these things don't even register as being things that they probably have to worry about. It's somebody else's problem. I'm too busy playing video games. Sup, Master Riggs? Mr. J.R. Riggs, how you doing, man? Taser? Oh, yeah, Taser! Christina, that's a good one. I don't know if they'd allow a creator to bring a Taser into TwitchCon. Pepperball gun, mace. I feel like you would get banned for doing that. And then is it TwitchCon usually in Los Angeles? So, like, your defensive options are severely limited. I mean, literally, I guess you could say it's like a creeper's paradise, right? It's like almost like a creeper's paradise, to really think about it. And I mean, it's not like, it's a lot easier to secure events where there's just nothing but celebrities because nobody wants to deal with any of that stuff. So they just got to block people on the outside from getting in. But in an event like a festival where you're going to have performers and people in the same space for an extended period of time over multiple days, there has to be like complete separation in between the production staff and the regular people. Because, you know, it's okay for the production staff to go out there and, you know, intermingle and do stuff. But you still need to have people that are actually up and able, because that's when shit gets missed, right? Like, if everybody's just partying and nobody's doing anything, then, you know, problems could be happening. Major problems could be happening, and then, you know, it could be up to different individuals who are out there, right? When you're saving people. It reminds me of one time when I was at LIB, right? I was at Lightning in a Bottle, and we were working at that night at the medical tent. It was a regular rambunctious evening, and I'm just sitting at the front of the tent with my friend who, and, you know, me and her we were just kind of like talking about stuff. I think we were looking at the stars and listening to the music off in the distance. It was kind of a nice night. But, you know, I was just like sitting there, and then like off in the distance, I kind of see a person fumbling about. It looked like a person, probably a girl, kind of wobbling around or whatever. And then, you know, as they got closer into the lights or whatever, you realize that they were just completely naked, and then the warbling wasn't actually warbling. They were running at full speed, like booking it. And then this chick was like, I was like, you wait, hold up. I told the girl next to me, I'm like, wait a minute, do you see that? And she's like, or am I tripping? And she's like, nope, I see that. I was like, I think she's coming this way. So we were just like, she's like, what do we do? And I was like, I don't know, get a blanket? Like, get a blanket? Maybe? And then this chick just blew right through the medical tent. Right, went way out the back way, and then started running to a fence that was towards the production where, like some of the artists and people that stayed there were at. And then this bitch starts fucking climbing the fence. We were like, what do we do? I don't know, man. I guess we just gotta let it play out. I was like, we don't want to, but, we were telling her, hey, you should probably get off the fence. You're gonna fall. And then she fucking fell. Of course. So, we finally we're able to secure the situation. We had to like put the blanket on her, obviously, because indecency and that sort of thing. And then, we had to call our friends to bring over the fucking stretcher because we don't know if this chick's broken her neck or anything like that. But thank God, like we are the medical people. So she was in the right place, right? And, I think that she ended up being all right. I don't know what the fuck her problem was. She was on something. I don't know what the fuck she was on, but, she was running. She ran right past us and then right up that fence and then fell off. It's just the weirdest fucking thing. Right? But it's like, how do you plan for that, dude? You can't plan for that. You just need to, be ready for anything. But like, that's like not a situation like this. We don't know how long that chick was running around before she got there. We just saw her running, and then we asked around, and nobody had seen it. So we don't know if she like ran out of her thing. We don't know what the hell happened, what caused her to run, and nothing. But it was just fucking insane, dude. It's fucking insane. It's like how is security going to stop that? You can't have security fucking everywhere. It's not a meet and greet, obviously, but like, this person was trying to get into the area where you would see those people. And then you're just kind of wondering like, like what was that person thinking? I don't know. Good thing they ran through the medical tent because, at least we saw her and, it seemed like that's where they were going. They were trying to get to the artist area, but it was just all like, why would you be naked? Like, that doesn't make sense. Fucking cold outside, man. I was wearing like a furry ass jacket. Shit. I remember I was wearing my hoodie. I had a fucking shirt on. I had a hoodie on and my furry ass fucking jacket. And then I was wearing some like thick ass pants. It was like fucking cold, man. It's just like, you fucking say that? Yeah. Okay. We should probably do something about that. Yeah. You gotta think, like, they can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about that. You just gotta hope that shit doesn't happen. But at the same time, somebody's gonna figure it out. I want to see, what the after action report for that look like. I want to look in because Amazon's been taking it on the chin lately. Even though I looked up, shit you not, it says that some guy, the network engineer that's super badass, like made landfall on his yacht and then solved the problem in like minutes, and everything was fixed or whatever. But they had to call some guy in on his fucking yacht, bro. Seriously? On a fucking yacht? And then we got this Amaru situation. It's like, what are they going to do? Lose one of their biggest streamers? But what's she going to do? Go over to Kick? Like, that's going to be any better? Maybe. They seem to have a lot more money to throw around. I don't know. he said he walked with such a purpose. She thought he was with TwitchCon. Yeah, well, that was like her own fault. Like, she's always stuck in her house playing video games and dressing up. Like, is this girl really going to understand how to identify target versus threat? I mean, if nobody else did, then why is she? Right? Like, this dude's already got in, and he's already basically standing in front of her. Like, what the fuck? He got a badge? No, she just needs to learn karate. She needs to use some like Hapkido or Judo or, you know, some Krav Maga or something. And it's just like, next time that shit happens, you know, just fucking fuck that motherfucker up. You know, punch him in the nuts, punch him in the eyes, punch him in the neck, clap the ears, and then fucking kick him in the face. So what was that again? One more time? Gotta punch him in the eyes, punch him in the neck, clap their ears, kick him in the balls. Actually, you should probably kick him in the balls first. Yeah, kick him in the balls first. Then punch him in the face. Then clap their ears. Then hit their throat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see her doing any of that shit whatsoever. But it's going to be Twitch's fault, dude. But this is like going back to how Twitch has like gotten so big and created these like crazy personalities. We're talking about two different personalities, right? They're Emaru and Hasan are light years from each other. Yeah, light years from each other. But they're still dealing with their own shit. And I mean, okay, for Hasan, it's been for a while now, and it's well fucking deserved. It's just the next thing that they're trying to cancel a motherfucker over. I mean, oh, here's Hasan and his dog going to a protest. We all gotta be fucking crazy. Yeah, next level stream prop use. Fucking A. Yeah, here's me with my dog out there at a protest. Here's me, Emaru. I'm getting assaulted. I'm getting assaulted at these fucking things. Yeah. What are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to dichotomize this whole entire thing? Is it just a grift that is going forward? Or are we just looking at people creating content? I mean, I don't know. When a liberal woman brings out this hand gesture, get ready to hear the worst take of your life. Yeah, I don't know if my opinion is any good or bad on this situation, but it definitely has perspective. Because we have two different ways that people get stalked on the internet that we're looking at. We're looking at the weird stocky A-log type shit that Hasan gets, right? Where he's getting A-logged all the time by, you know, different forums of people. People are making content on his every move. He's having beef with other big creators, la-di-da-di-da. And then you got somebody like Eru, who I guess just dresses up and then plays video games. So, you know, like much tamer, doesn't seem to be very political. Seems to be interacting with a lot of other streamers and stuff like that, but also is having a bad time on Twitch for a completely different, equal, but yet equally valid reason. Like, think about that. Like, she's getting the creepy side of Twitch where the rapey motherfuckers are trying to give her kisses and grab her booty and shit, and then Hasan Piker is... he can't help himself, and he's creating the drama that he's experiencing, which is allowing his enemies to accelerate the drama that is happening to them, which is creating almost this weird reverberation that occurs because now it's like every movement that he does, because he's so stubborn, he's not going to be able to actually like admit to anything that he does wrong. He's just basically like creating this like pressure dome over himself where it just keeps hitting him over and over and over again. It's kind of funny, actually. Kinda funny, actually, nor what. So if you think about this, like, how could things get even any worse right now? That's like the question, because this is where like young kids are going to understand their futures. You know, you gotta think that more people are spending time watching streamers than any other point in time, and like these are some of the most popular streamers. And like, what is this teaching them? What are they learning from these situations? What kind of behaviors are they getting? There's just a whole lot of insanity that's here that hasn't even been unpacked, because a lot of these guys haven't, you know, okay, I guess Amaranth's story is pretty fucking crazy. Like, when I heard about that shit, you know, home invasion, fucking guns, getting punched in the face, having to shoot motherfuckers, like, that's the next level shit. You know, what we're looking at here with some of these other guys ain't so bad. Just to put it in perspective. But even then, like, goddamn. Goddamn. It's really all you can say is just goddamn, man. Like, that's what these people are doing. This is the game that they're playing, and it doesn't make any damn sense. Right? It's disgusting that we have to deal with half of this shit, but at the same time, we're all trying to say, oh, well, this is how we're going to handle it, or how this is how we're going to handle it. And I feel like people aren't really, like, you know, taking a step back and realizing that, you know, maybe it's not that important. And yeah, there are places that we could, you know, fix these things, but like, ever since Q, and even before that, really since the start of the original Anonymous, like, all of these different online movements have really metastasized into a really cancerous nature. And it's like all those people have dissolved and moved into other spaces, and we've created this new meta hierarchy that's even weirder, because at least when you had to like deal with people in regular life and talk to them, you know, like, you were able to at least to some degree control, you know, a person's understanding of you and what you're doing. Yeah, you know, with like a lot of these streamers, it's like, it's so much different because people really do look at you in a weird way and stop treating you like a regular person in some ways, not realizing that, you know, hey man, you know, like, everybody's got the same kind of phone numbers and all this other bullshit. And if they're going to come after you, you're going to come after you. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. You just got to be ready for that shit. And how are you supposed to be ready in this world? You know, one's getting canceled. The other one, you know, people are trying to put them up. But at the same time, it's like, how are you even supposed to fix any of that shit? That's the real question. How are you supposed to fix it? And that is just something that I don't know. I don't think people are learning anything from Amaranth streams unless they are learning that if you're a hoochie and you lie about being married for a really long time, you can make millions and millions of dollars and buy gas stations that'll make you even more millions of dollars, to the point where you're just like hella rich. Right? I guess Amaranth's situation is like one that makes sense in the... What are you doing back there, Lynchy? I mean, Amaranth's situation makes sense in the situation of... It doesn't. You know, there's really no good lesson to be learned there other than, yeah, if you're like an e-thought girl or whatever, motherfuckers are going to try to steal your money and hurt you. And I mean, I think it's happened to other streamers out there. I just think a lot of them haven't been as like public for it. But, you know, like, I feel like there's been assaults on other streamers and other TwitchCons in the past year. This is not a new thing. It's been a regular thing that's happening. And based on the video that they were watching about, we watched about them talking about canceling these things beforehand, it is a thought that had crossed their minds. Because they were like, yeah, I don't want to be in a place for 2 hours, because that's how you get creepers and stalkers on you. Which is also correct. I don't know, man. This streaming culture is really wild to me. That's why I call myself the best worst streamer. I don't even know how this got in here. I just tried to be real with folks and tell them how shit is. And then we got a lot of these even weirder, dumber people that are trying to have these takes that just don't make any sense, and they have no clarity or depth to any of the stuff that they're saying. It doesn't make sense. But it's the world we live in now, and that's how it is. And I think with that, we're going to end this one for today. It's been a really interesting dichotomy between what's happening and the wars that are coming up. Because on one end, we got dude is a dog abuser, and on the other end, we have a girl that could be considered to be a simp abuser getting assaulted. Think about that. Isn't this, I feel like I watched a TV show at one point in time where there was like a webcam girl where, you know, it was one of those nudie webcam models. And that's what she did. And then like the weird Asian guy that was paying for her shit and like sending her money to see her dressed naked on the internet showed up at her house. I think it was called Heroes. Yeah. Think about that. And I guess that's it. Bye-bye now. Have a wonderful evening, friends. Be well, and remember to please be kind and rewind. Because, you know, somebody's going to have to rewind this shit. And bye-bye now. Bye, calling all my friends. Bye, Baby Fist. Bye, Wellness Area 51. Bye, Yobi. Bye, Jesse Joe. Bye, Father Time. Bye, Burnett Plus. Bye, Christina. Bye, CB. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Be well out there. Adios, Yobi. Bye.